Hello everybody, here's just a quick video if you're having trouble to get Grand Theft Auto 4 running at a reasonable frame rate. Here's a few tips that hopefully might help you. First thing you want to do is in the graphics setting you can turn everything up except the game has a problem, especially mine, with shadows. Turn night shadows off. Shadow quality you might want to go to medium or even low. It doesn't make too much of a difference. And here's the problem I was having. Here's the issue where the frames were dropping. As you can see, I've sped it up. This is the game, it's basic download, so around here it starts locking off, and as you can see it drops to about 45 and the GPU is running at about 50%. So here is method one. It's a very basic method and it sorts the problem out, well, especially for me. Okay, so basically all we need to do is enable Steam overlay. As you can see I'm doing on here. You go to Steam, settings, in-game, and then tick the enable overlay. And if it's already on, then it's not an issue that you're having. But for me and for a lot of people it does sort the issue out, and I was back up to more or less 60 frames. But here's some footage of me playing with the enable Steam overlay method, and it basically sorts out the job from about 90% of people. But there is other things that you can do, which I also did, and I recommend this next method because it basically makes the game how it was when it was launched, and that is the Definitive Edition Project patch. The link will be in the description. This is a website worth adding to your bookmarks as well because it has loads of patches. They've done a fantastic job with the original trilogy. If you want the definitive version of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City and San Andreas, this is the website. But for GTA4 it also cleans up the game, will get you pretty much consistently running at the highest frame rate. You'll lose all the stutter. I recommend it, and here's how we install this one. Okay, we click on the GTA4 icon, we click on DE patch, which is Definitive Edition patch. It will give you a warning and say that it can't scan it because it's a 3 GB download, but it's worth it and it downloads pretty fast anyway. So we're going to quickly download this. And from the download we extract all of the files into the Grand Theft Auto 4 directory. It's pretty straightforward really, and as you can see it's on screen now, so just extract that, and then once that's done we'll load up the game again just to test it, and that should sort out a lot of issues that you might be having with the game. Load it up. And we'll know that it's working because look at the colourful icons for the radio stations, and not only that, you get all of these tracks back on there because Rockstar took out loads of music, took out most of the best songs. In fact, Edge of 17's a classic. But yeah, so that's the Definitive Edition Projects patch, and I think that it's worth downloading just because it's they do such a good job. They really have. Not just for this GTA but for other ones, so there's a shout out for them. And finally here's the last method, and it comes from a Steam user called Punkamania, and he basically has 5 steps which I've been told massively improve the frame rate, although I find the Definitive Edition Project patch pretty much got me up to 60, but I'll show you this one as well. Okay, first thing he says is to put this, copy this into your launch options in Steam, which is right there. Paste that in, but you need to find out what your refresh rate and your available video memory are, and I'll show you hopefully on screen now. You click on display settings, go down to advanced display settings, then you can see the refresh rate there at the bottom. You don't have to put the 0.0 whatever, it just puts 160, so I just put 60, and then to find out your VRAM, it's the second one down there, and it should say video memory, it's the one underneath. So you put that number into where the X's are, and then paste that into your launch options. That's step 1. Step 2 is to create an INI file and copy and paste the the numbers on screen directly into it and save it as stream.ini. It has to be done in Notepad, because if you put it in other Word documents, you're basically just saving it as text, and you kind of want it to become an application file. And you'll know that it's that you've done it right, because you will get a little cog basically next to the file, as you'll see on screen in a second. And there it is, right there. You can see it on my desktop. It's got a file with a cog next to it, and we're going to just drag and drop that into our GTA directory folder. Okay, the next thing it wants us to do is download the dxvk files, sorry. And you click on the top one, not the source one, even though it's not a zip file. If you have trouble opening it using 7-zip, I'll show you what I had to do it. Basically, I had to right click on it, and then I right click on it, there we go, and then go down to 7-zip, and then extract to, and then the same folder, and then a folder should appear. We're going to click on that, and there should be yep, there's another one in there. We're going to do the exact same again, extract to, click on that, and we want to go into the X32, and we want to download the 2 files that it asks us to download, not download, sorry, extract. And basically we want to grab and drop those 2 files, the D3, D9 and the dxgi, DLL files, into the GTA folder. And then the last thing it asks us to do is to basically change the settings to match what he's recommended. It's optional. It will basically just improve the graphics, but then again it's going to probably start affecting performance, because you're adding a lot more expectation on the graphics that you want. But I do recommend power management, changing that. When I was playing before, and this was before doing anything with the downloads, I found what did it say there, prefer maximum performance. I changed it to that one, and I noticed that it was always trying to kick to get the graphics card up to 60, so that's a pretty decent one. In fact, I'll show you now, after doing all of this and applying, here's what we have. Again, with the Vulkan, I'll explain what I understand it does. It creates a cache of the graphics, so the first time the game sees it raining, you'll get a frame dip, but once you've got past that first initial frame dip, or that first initial explosion, or that first initial bunch of fog, it saves it into the file, I believe, and I could be wrong, and then you'll always have, it will always not be expecting to load it up right off the bat. But anyway, I'm going to end the video now. Hopefully one of these methods, or one of these tricks or tips or whatever, has helped, and I'll leave it there. Thank you.